dare you miss your father's funeral? You are a terrible daughter. What? No one ever told me about this. Besides, I'm on a business trip abroad right now. What?
Trouble Busters!
My name is Helen. Today is just another working day for me, but I'm still jet-lagged. Hello? How dare you miss your father's funeral? You are a terrible daughter. Wait, what are you talking about? Did you just say Dad's funeral? Don't act like you didn't know. I have been reaching out to you so many times. What? No one ever told me about this. How dare you say that? Wait, when did you ever reach out to me? I've been reaching out to you since last night. I never got the call, and besides, isn't this a bit last minute? What? But I've been calling you since last night. I'm on a business trip abroad right now. What? Even if I wasn't overseas, this is way too last minute. Why didn't you even tell me that Dad might not have made it? Did it happen suddenly? Oh, it wasn't like that. Then why is it that you haven't reached out to me sooner? I could have postponed this business trip if only I knew. How dare you blame this on me? And to even lie to me like this, I disown you. Don't you show me your face ever again. Wait, Mom. Oh, she said she doesn't care about her father. Oh, how dare she say that? Oh. I talked to my boss about this and decided to fly back home at the first flight I was able to book. I tried to reach out to my mother as soon as I was back in the country, but I couldn't get a hold of her. I tried reaching out to Uncle Ken, who's my mom's brother, but...
What do you want from me?
I wanted to get a hold of Mom, but she wouldn't answer my call.
Of course she wouldn't answer. What in the world were you thinking to miss your father's funeral?
I also tried explaining to Auntie Jasmine, who's my mom's sister. Let me explain this to you. I don't want to hear any excuses from you. Elizabeth doesn't want to talk to you either. She was saying that I was blaming her and that I was lying, but You've been disowned. Wait, Auntie Jasmine, hello? Everyone else in the family acted the same way. It sounded like all my relatives now think that I skipped my father's funeral while I insulted my mother during the most difficult times. Why wouldn't anyone believe what I'm saying? And I can't believe Dad passed away. I couldn't even say goodbye to him. I couldn't do anything. Dad. Dad. I feel like I'm a thief, but I want at least just a photo of Dad. Wait, could this be a diary as he was fighting his illness? Oh my God, this is terrible. That's why Mom, or that lady, this is terrible. I'm going to take vengeance for you, Dad. That was easy. Now that I disowned Helen, no one can get in my way. Now I get to... Oh my God. You're going to pay for your betrayal through this irresistible pain. I am not going to let you get away with this. Trouble Busters! How dare you show up? No one ever wants to see your face again.
Please leave. You don't deserve to be here.
Our family disowned you. You can't be here. You're the one who doesn't deserve to be here. Oh my God.
Oh God! Is that you, Elizabeth?
Who is that guy? He looks young. Oh, this isn't what it looks like.
What do you mean?
This only looks like you're walking out of the hotel with this guy.
Elizabeth, have you been having an affair?
No, that's not what this is. Who is that guy in the picture then? This is just my friend. So, Mom, you would go to a hotel with a friend, huh? No, this isn't what everyone thinks it is. My husband hasn't been home since last night, so I can come see you today.
Really? Are you sure he won't be back?
No, he said that he feels like he doesn't have a place for him in this house, so he's probably going to stay at a hotel for another while. Oh my God, what the heck? These are the text messages you had with that guy, don't you remember? This isn't even true. Don't let her fool you guys. These are all fake. You guys all know that I would never do anything like this, right? But isn't this you, Elizabeth? Oh, Jasmine, give me a break. How dare you fake anything like this?
Oh my God, Elizabeth! Why did you need to tear that photo apart like that?
Shut up, they're all fake because I said so. I hope he never comes back home.
You're terrible!
I've been ignoring him. It's about time.
What if he kills himself?
I'll just give him a nice little goodbye. Oh my God!
What the heck are these?
Were you ignoring Harrison this entire time? Were you hoping that he'd be gone?
Do you have anything to say about this, Elizabeth? This is terrible!
I never said any of these things. Besides, who is this guy? I don't even know him. I read Dad's diary. What? A diary? He wrote everything that you did to him. You started ignoring him all of a sudden. He couldn't figure out why. He even thought that maybe you can't even see him anymore. He ultimately felt that he was right and that he didn't even deserve to be in this world. You did this to Dad.
Is that even true?
If this is true, Elizabeth, you technically killed Harrison. Oh, that's not true. Helen was the only one who did this to him. He would never do as he said.
But what about that picture and those text messages?
Those are fake. They look real, but people can make these things up as they wish using technology these days.
Is that so?
That's right. Besides, Helen keeps talking so arrogantly, but don't you guys remember how she skipped her father's funeral?
You're right. Helen never showed up.
But did you really give her a call? I did. How are you going to explain your text conversations with that Max guy then? You forged those screenshots. They're all fake. What about Dad's diary? Those are fake too. So are you saying that the photo, the texts, and the diary are all fake, that I made them up? That's right. What about a person? A person? Yep, a person. A fake photo, a fake text, a fake diary. What about a fake person? Do you think I would be able to make that up?
What's your point?
There's no such thing. Helen, you better cut this out. Is there anything you would like to say about this, then? Oh my God, what the heck? He told me that he's been having an affair with you.
I'm sorry, Liz. I told her everything.
Oh my God. This guy wanted to keep his butt safe, and that's why he agreed to give me those text messages, photos, and a video to prove that he's been having an affair with you. What?
I'm sorry, Liz. She said she'd tell my wife if I didn't help her out.
Guys, don't let her fool you. She's doing this so she can justify the fact that she ignored my initial phone call, and because she wouldn't inherit anything if I disown her. She wants money. She's trying to make me the bad guy so she can turn the tables around. I know what you're trying to do. You should admit it already. The diary, the text messages, the photos, and even a person are all indicating that you were having an affair. So what? Helen, I know you're after the inheritance. People would do anything to get money. I know what you're doing here.
Does that even make sense?
Right? How dare she even thinks that she's going to pull this off when she didn't even show up for her father's funeral?
No, that's not what I'm saying. If she was really after the inheritance, why didn't she just show up at the funeral?
Oh, I don't know how to explain that part, but it sounds more like you were trying to get rid of Harrison so you could live in this house with that Max guy right there, and to disown Helen, just so you could take all the inheritance.
I could explain everything. Elizabeth and I met through an app. She was quite persistent that I'd be in a relationship with her. I honestly didn't want to, but she would give me a lot of cash, so I decided to have an affair with her.
Were you aware that she was married?
Yes, I was aware. She said that it made her even more into our relationship, and she kept wanting to see me more often than ever.
Hey, stop lying.
I'm telling the truth! I can even show everyone other text message conversations that I had with her to prove that I'm telling the truth! Oh my God!
What? What is it? You know exactly what this is. Why is there a picture of Harrison in this man's cell phone? He's an actor. He's getting paid. But we already told you that there's no reason for Helen to be faking all of this. Hold on. You're all getting deceived. This isn't about whether I cheated or not. This is exactly about that.
That's right. Why are you acting as if this isn't even a big deal?
Just remember, Helen never came to the funeral. That's because you planted a conspiracy. You didn't want me at the funeral because you wanted to have a reason why you were disowning me. That's not true. You never picked up my call. The first call I ever got from you was when you were yelling and screaming at me while you were at the funeral.
Elizabeth, can't you show us your call history?
Nope, I deleted them. Why? Because I didn't even want to see Helen's dirty name. You don't deserve to say that when you're a dirty cheater. Where do you think you're going? I'm going to the bathroom. No, I'm not letting you run away. Oh, hey, open the door. What are you trying to do? I know you're deleting the data on your phone. Stop. Don't delete it. Of course I'll delete it, you fool. As long as I get rid of this evidence, I know I'd get away with this. Stop deleting it. Look, everyone, I'm innocent. You just deleted everything on your phone. And you're talking out of your assumption.
Hey, is everything also deleted on your end? No, it's still on my phone.
Can you send something over? I don't think it'll work. I'm sure she's blocked him from her phone. It doesn't seem like you're going to prove that I was cheating on your father, huh? What? Why? The photo you brought here was fake. But this photo was taken by a detective, so it's real. What's your point? Even if that was a negative photo, I'm sure it was taken after your father passed away, right? That doesn't mean that I was cheating, was I?
But that's still not something you could be proud of. That's terrible.
Oh, shut up. Besides, you can't even prove that the diary, the photo, or the text messages were real. I guess this game is over then. Phone. Huh? I said thank you for handing us over the phone. What was I supposed to do? I needed to prove my innocence. And you are just so arrogant to let your guard down like that. What are you even talking about? The biggest concern that I had was not to have you delete the text messages, but for you to destroy this phone device. If you had pulled out the SD card and flushed it down the toilet, I wouldn't have known what to do. I kept asking you not to delete the data on your phone as I was knocking on the bathroom door, so you probably thought that the last thing I wanted was for you to delete the data. What are you trying to say? You probably didn't know the deleted data can be restored. What? No way! If you destroyed the device, I wouldn't have been able to do anything about it, but you probably didn't even think of destroying the SD card or the device itself. I'm so glad you had no idea. Hey, stop, you're invading my privacy. This is your cell phone for sure. If I end up finding text messages, photos, and videos that prove my point, you're not getting away with this. Okay, fine. I admit it. Well, then I've been having an affair.
How dare you act so shamelessly?
You're the one who deserves to be disowned. Don't ever show your face to us again.
I fully agree. Helen, I'm so sorry for everything that I said to you.
I'm sorry that I never believed what you were telling us. I should have listened. It's okay, as long as there aren't any misunderstandings. And thank you so much for apologizing.
We owe you big time for this. We're willing to do whatever it takes to help you with anything, and I hope you trust us again.
Understood.
How dare you trick Helen into this scheme?
I'm going to tell Mom and Dad about what you've done too. Whatever. I don't care. Do whatever you want. I don't need our parents. They have no money. I wasn't planning to make you guys an enemy, but I already got all the inheritance, so everything is all good.
You can't get rid of a parent and child relationship just like that.
Oh, Mr. Cobweb, great timing. Huh? Who the heck are you?
Here's my business card.
What? A lawyer?
Since the purpose of legally disowning a child only applies to those of adopted families, you aren't able to disown a biological child. And because you can't legally disown a biological child, the biological child remains to have the right to claim inheritance.
What? Does that mean Helen would get her cut of the inheritance no matter what I do?
Yes, even if you decide to involve a third party to claim for the inheritance with an attempt to decrease her portion, it would still not affect her rights. Regardless of the fact that you had verbally notified your biological child that you decided to disown them, it does not take any legal effect because the child is not an adopted child.
Oh my God, but I already used the money I was planning on getting, including what was supposed to be Helen's.
You did that because you thought you'd get away with it if you had already used that money and there were none left to pay out to her.
That's right. Mr. Cobweb.
Yes, you would still have the right to claim for the right to have the money returned.
What do you mean by that?
As an example of an unjust enrichment, if the enriched person, Elizabeth, had obtained the enrichment with bad intentions, there may be interest rates applied to the excess profit upon being returned to the proper recipient.
What? Does that mean that the inheritance that I have to give to Helen is now? I'm going to make sure you pay for the interest, too. What? No, you can't do that. I don't care what you say. Besides, I'd rather you struggle and suffer. What? But I'm your mother. I thought you disowned me. You can't say that. Did you read what I wrote on your wall? Oh. You're going to pay for your betrayal through this irresistible pain. I don't care about money. Then don't charge me anything. Of course I would. You're still paying the mortgage for this house too, right? Was it $700 a month? Yeah, I know. That's why I was going to use the inheritance for that. I don't know how much you have left, but you're obligated to pay me the inheritance that was supposed to belong to me. But if you take that from me...
You're a thief who laid your fingers on someone else's money at this point.
I'm doing this just so you'd be in trouble, don't you get it? I won't do this again. I'll apologize. No matter how many times you apologize, Dad isn't coming back to life. You did the worst thing that could have ever happened in Dad's life. I'm not forgiving you for this. Going to hell isn't even enough for you to atone for what you've done. No! No matter how much she cries or screams, I am not going to forgive her. Mr. Cobweb helped me claim for the inheritance that she had taken for herself. While the lawsuit was going on, we also found a will that my father had left. It stated that he wished to have me inherit all of his properties and assets. He even explicitly stated that he would like his wife, Elizabeth, to be omitted from receiving any inheritance due to the mental distress that she had caused him. The diary had become evidence of the moral harassment that she had done to my father. Because she no longer inherited any of the assets that she thought she would receive, I ultimately received $140,000 as my inheritance, while she ended up with a $60,000 debt for the amount that she used that she never deserved. Elizabeth is likely going to be spending the rest of her life paying back such a large debt. I saw her working as a cashier at a grocery store the other day, but she looked like a completely different person, looking old and tired. You should be grateful that you're even alive. Not to forget about Max, who was as equally guilty in making my father suffer during the last moments of his life.
Hey, you promised that you wouldn't tell anyone!
I only promised that I wouldn't tell your wife, so I just told your boss about it. I also made sure they knew that my father ended up passing away because of your affair, too.
And that's why I can't possibly go back to work! Everyone's talking about it! And my wife ended up finding out about it, too!
I only keep what I promised. I don't know about anything outside of what we agreed.
My wife ended up breaking up with me, and I have to pay her a settlement. And my parents disowned me, and I'm in deep trouble.
You should be grateful that you're at least alive. I hope you live a long life.
Huh?
Because I want you to suffer for the rest of your life, as long as it lasts.
Hello? Hello? God damn it! If only I never had an affair with that lady!
Max's ex-wife also charged Elizabeth a settlement for having an affair too. Her debt had flared up to $80,000. I can only hope that this was enough to take revenge for my father. As for me, I decided to move into my father's house since my mother decided to move out because she couldn't afford to pay for the mortgage. I destroyed everything that was in my mother's room and renovated it. I'm going to live in this house as I cherish the memories that I had with my father. As long as I live here, I'm always here with you, Dad. Trouble Busters!